So, let's talk about retirement. For our parents, or maybe our grandparents, the state pension was pretty much a sure thing, a guarantee of a comfortable old age. But is that still true for us today? Is counting only on that promise a risky bet on your future? Let's dive in and see what's really going on. So, what is this system really? At its heart, it's a pretty simple and powerful idea. Think of it like a contract between generations. Those of us working right now are paying for the pensions of people who are already retired. And the deal is, when it's our turn to retire, the next generation will do the exact same thing for us. It's a system built on social solidarity. Okay, that sounds great in theory, right? But here's the million-dollar question we have to ask. In the world we live in now, is that model, all by itself, still enough? Can it really guarantee the financial security it once promised? Well, the evidence suggests we really need to take a closer look. Now, let's be clear. For generations, this system worked brilliantly. It was the absolute bedrock of financial security for seniors, allowing them to retire with dignity and peace of mind. It was a promise made, and for a very long time, it was a promise kept. But, and this is a big but, that very foundation is starting to show some pretty serious cracks. The entire structure is under an immense amount of pressure from forces that weren't even on the radar when the system was first designed. And this slide right here shows you the core of the problem. Back in 1960, you had four people working to fund one person's pension, 4 to 1. That's a really solid support system. But now, look at the other side. Today, that number has plummeted to just 1.7 workers for every one retiree. This isn't a political argument, it's just simple math. So you're probably wondering, why did that ratio change so dramatically? Well, it's really down to two major demographic shifts. First, we're living longer, which is fantastic news, of course, but it means pensions have to be paid out for a much longer time. Second, for all sorts of complex reasons, birth rates have fallen. That means there are just fewer young workers entering the system to support it. So, to cope with all this pressure, governments have had to make adjustments. And this timeline really illustrates the trend. It's been a constant series of reforms, having to work longer, changing how pensions are calculated, and now pushing back the retirement age altogether. You can see the pattern, right? Each step has kind of chipped away at the original generosity of the system. What this creates is a huge amount of uncertainty. I mean, when your financial future depends on political decisions that will be made decades from now, in the middle of who knows what kind of economic crisis or budget crunch, it's like trying to play a game where the rules can be rewritten at any moment. So let's move from this big, systemic problem and bring it right down to you. Let's see how this uncertainty creates a very real, very personal risk for your own retirement. The key concept you've got to get your head around is the replacement rate. It sounds technical, but it's really simple. It's the percentage of your final salary